Welcome to Star Trek Borg. Welcome to the United Federation of Planets. Welcome to True Motion, which is a registered trademark of the Duck Corporation. That's right, True Motion. It's a video codec, and that's because we're getting some full motion video with Star Trek Borg, a PC game that is notable for basically being an episode of 90s era Star Trek, but from the first person. It's an episode starring you and your co-star John Delancey as Q. So there's going to be a lot of story that they explain. Well, Q will be explaining as a little summary. This is going to reference events from The Next Generation and the beginning of Deep Space Nine, which was the Battle of Wolf. I should remember. Wolf 359, I think. It's been a long time. I used to watch a lot of Star Trek, but it's been a long time. It was Wolf 359, where the Borg attacked and just completely wrecked the Federation, just completely cleaned house, blew up a lot of ships, killed a lot of people. We're playing as a cadet who is the son of someone who was killed at Wolf 359, and Q is going to give him a little opportunity. That mischievous trickster of, hey, what if you could go back in time and maybe change the events of that horrible day? Could it be possible to change time to save his dad? That's what the premise of this is about. And, messing with the timeline always goes well. It always goes well. Let's get started.
Priority message, USS Canali to USS Cheyenne. We are under attack by Borg forces. Repeat, Borg forces. We intercepted 2 Borg vessels heading on a direct course for Sector 001. Subspace signal is too weak. Navigate up to Marine Starfleet Command. If you can read us, do not, repeat, do not send help. We are last. Warn Starfleet. The Borg have returned. Repeat, the Borg have returned.
This is kind of neat because it does look like the same sets and costumes and props that they actually used for the shows at the time.
0730 means 0730, cadet. Sit down. First, the captain wanted me to convey his regrets for not being here himself. As I'm sure you've heard, Starfleet is amassing an armada in Sector 001 to defend against the latest Borg incursion. Our ship, is on her way to join them. Starfleet has successfully defeated the Borg twice before, and we have every expectation of successfully stopping them now. However, given the probability of armed conflict, the captain has ordered that all non-essential personnel, including visiting Starfleet cadets, be transferred off the ship to a safer venue at the medical research facility on Marnus 3. Please have your gear packed and be at Shuttle Bay 3 in 30 minutes. Dismissed.
All right, we're out of here. This battle is not for us.
Cadet Furlong. A moment, please. The captain has denied your request to stay on board, Cadet. I'm sorry. The massacre 10 years ago at Wolf 359 was a great tragedy for the Federation. I was only 1 year out of the academy when it happened. A lot of my classmates died there. Now, each year I get older and they stay the same. I understand your need for justice. I'm sorry. Shuttle Bay 3 in 30 minutes.
Oh, shucks. We can't go avenge Dad. Guess we're packing up. Time to head on out. Time to ship off. Aw, Dad.
young man. What would your father say? How old were you when your father was killed? 9, 10 years old? And you're still not over it? Perhaps I should introduce myself. I imagine you've heard of me, though. Q. It's short for Q. It was I, you know, who introduced Picard to the Borg. And it's because of me that 10 years ago the Borg came to Wolf 359 and found that fleet of ships and found your father and killed them all. At 0800 hours during the Battle of Wolf 359, the USS Righteous, such a noble name, Righteous, was hit by an unknown Borg weapons discharge and vaporized. Vaporized. Whew. No trace. Nothing to bury, nothing to mourn. The Borg took it all away from you in an instant. I understand your desire for justice. They don't, though, do they? But I do. You want action. You want to avenge your father's death. You want to kill Borg. What's sentient, yet still barbaric bipedal hominid wouldn't. You can run away with the others like a scared trog, or you can come with me, cadet. The choice is yours.
Right, so the gameplay is that we have to choose things. Now, I could say no, but I'm pretty sure if I do, we have to watch that whole intro again.
Maybe you didn't hear me. I'm offering you a chance to go and kill some Borg. Do you want to or not?
Okay.
Excellent choice, monsieur. Keep the phaser, you're going to need it. And take this too. Be careful now. Don't lose it. I only made one.
Time!
Oh, 7:58, sir.
Keep those phasers firing, and where are my photon torpedoes?
Armed and ready, Captain.
Have a look. We can't see you.
Let's see if we can shake them up a little, Ensign.
Initiating Delta attack, sir.
I'm reading a small weakness in the shields.
Shields are holding fine, but power is down 10%. Weapons having no effect.
Damn, they've adjusted their shields already.
Why is it always the difficult species that are the most adaptable? The Borg adapt their environment to suit their needs. True adaptability involves changing oneself to suit their environment. I'm so glad you cleared that up.
Recognize this place? You should. You keep a picture of it on your wall. The bridge of the USS Righteous. Your father's ship.
The Tolstoy just took a major hit.
This is him, isn't it? Well, I can see the family resemblance.
I think she's pulling away. The Kyushu's coming on strong. Melbourne and Saratoga have lost power.
Tolstoy, Kyushu, Saratoga, Melbourne. Recognize the names? Do you know where you are, cadet?
Captain!
Intruder alert.
Security, isolate the ops console now.
That's right, 10 years ago, Wolf 359.
Security!
Look at him. He's barely older than you are. He shouldn't be at security. But 4 hours ago, the real security officer, Lieutenant Sprint, was killed, and this first-year ensign had to take his place. And because of his inexperience, everybody on board, including your father, will be killed. The phasers are useless. Just isolate the panel now. If Lieutenant Sprint were still alive, he might be able to save the ship. But he's been dead for 4 hours. No wonder they don't want him on the bridge. Come on, can't you move faster? Chief Medical Officer Dr. Thaddeus Quint. He actually tried to save Sprint's life, but as you can see, he failed, the old goat. Well, what'd you expect? He's a doctor, not a security officer. Still, if he had only had a little more creativity. But he didn't.
He's bypassed the security lockout.
Doctor, he's dead.
Shield mutation is shifting on its own. Shields are dropping.
Uh-oh. I need shields back up now.
Death in battle. If he were a Klingon, he'd be ecstatic.
Ooh, I like this guy.
Captain! There's a tight beam transmission going directly to the Borg cube.
Computer is uploading data about emergency transporters.
Anyone near Jeffrey 6? We need manual power rerouted through the secondary couplings.
It's too late. The Borg cube is firing.
Evasive maneuvers.
So, now that you've seen your father die, are you ready to avenge his death? Or would you like to try something different? How about a chance to prevent his death? Lieutenant Sprint was killed 4 hours before the Righteous even got to Wolf 359. But if the good Dr. Quint had been able to save Sprint 4 hours before, Then Sprint would have been able to save the righteous, and you would have grown up in the loving company of your father, and all for the want of a horseshoe nail. What say we give the old goat a second chance to save Sprint's life? You're not afraid of a little space-time continuum meddling, are you, Cadet? No, I thought not. Shall we? This is Lieutenant Sprint. Do you think he knows he's gonna die? I don't think so. Don't bother saying hello. Just makes saying goodbye that much harder.
Time, Mr. Furlong.
Oh, 400 hours, sir.
Is the cube within sensor range yet?
Coming up now, Captain.
Match speed. Stay with it.
Setting a pursuit course.
Shields up.
Intruder alert.
Sprint, look out!
Shall we dance? Come on, Sprint. Make a choice.
Uh-oh. We're Lieutenant Sprint. All right, well, we have to think fast. We have to be on the ball. What should we do? Well, that didn't work out.
Oh, now that was clever. I turned you into Lieutenant Sprint, so I could be Quint and save you. Him. You. Whatever. So that you could save the righteous. And then you go and you get yourself killed anyway. I mean, really, it's not worth meddling with the timeline if you're just going to make things worse. I hope you're not one of those passive, contemplative types. Try again.
All right, so we have to be a man of action.
Shall we dance?
So in this case, it appears that we only have two options.
Come on, Sprint. Make a choice.
All right, let's try the phaser.
Quint wasn't clever enough to think of it. Good thing I am.
The Borg cube is pulling ahead. It's ignoring us completely.
Match speed. Keep us within close range.
Remember, Sprint should have died right here. Everything you do in his place from this moment on changes history. Invigorating, isn't it? Meddling with fate.
Lieutenant, are you all right?
Sprint? He's an ox. Nothing scares him.
And nothing hurts him, isn't that right, Lieutenant?
There are all kinds of pain, Lieutenant. Don't let the fact that you are Bajani prevent you from acknowledging the hurt.
Oh, please.
Captain, coded message coming in from Admiral Hansen. He's ordering us to proceed with all speed to rendezvous with the rest of the fleet at Wolf 359, requesting us not to engage the Borg. Until then, maintain radio silence until contacted.
Helm laying a course for Wolf 359. Pull ahead of the Borg cube and then match speed.
Aye, sir. ETA at current speed, 4 hours, 5 minutes.
Good. We don't want them to get there before we do. And Targus, get that thing off my bridge.
Yes, sir.
No, she's just going to pick it up.
Security alert!
Shoot her! Shoot her!
He's got control of tactical.
Phasers are useless. Captain, we're hailing the Borg ship. Shields are dropping.
Uh-oh. There's a tight beam transmission going directly to the Borg cube. Computers uploading data about emergency transport.
The Borg are firing! We're gonna die! And it's your fault. Well, I hope we're learning something from our little mistakes.
So it turns out changing the timeline is not that easy. Whoops.
He's got control of tactical.
Phasers are useless. Captain,
I guess I clicked on the Borg again.
ship. Shields are dropping.
Well, fortunately, it doesn't take too long to die after that.
Going directly to the Borg cube. Computers uploading data about emergency transport.
The Borg are firing! We're gonna die! And it's your fault. Well, I hope we're learning something from our little mistakes.
All right. Well, he did suggest to shoot her.
If I told you to jump into a Signian vortex, would you do it? You're a sentient being of sorts. Try using this. You know, all this space-time manipulation does take some effort on my part. It's not that easy. I'd appreciate it if you'd make a little effort, too.
Captain, he's hailing the Borg cube.
Shields are falling. Borg cube is firing.
Oh, that cube.
Well, I hope we're learning something.
All right, so neither option works. My understanding is there are points where you do have to figure out what the third option is. Yeah, shoot the panel. Sometimes there's a less obvious choice.
Okay.
Definitely dead this time.
Then get him definitely off my bridge this time. Mr. Sprint, reconfigure your security console so you can control Tactical B. Then meet me down at the computer core. I want to secure this ship in case the Borg try and board us again.
Good shooting.
How about quick thinking, Quint? Good work, Quint. Nobody ever gives me any credit for anything I do.
That's because we don't like you, Quint.
I think we can all save our hostility for the Borg, where it will be better placed, don't you?
Let me ask you something, Baraka. Do you just spout these platitudes, or are you deluded enough to actually believe in them?
Come on, Quint. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to change my mind. I still like you.
He kissed me. What are you staring at? Oh, of course, your father. This must be strange for you, knowing he may be about to die, knowing this may be your only chance to talk to him, tell him all about yourself, about the years since he died. I wouldn't if I were you. When he looks at you, all he sees is Lieutenant Sprint. I don't think he'd understand.
Hey, Sprint. What, are you having one of your Bajani trances?
See?
Lieutenant Sprint, the console, please.
Right, to the console. Yes. The console. Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you're just gonna stand there and do nothing, why not try learning something?
All right, so I can... Yeah, I can click on the video. When I'm not doing a choice, I can click on the video to bring up the tricorder.
Security console, reconfigurable bridge panel. Though bridge stations traditionally follow a set pattern, this pattern is neither required by Federation protocol, nor is it hard designed into the bridge layout. All bridge consoles can be easily configured to control any of a number of bridge functions, allowing the captain, in consultation with his engineers, to design his bridge to his personal or species preference. To reconfigure a panel, an understanding of the function of the four main nodules is critical.
Yes, I do want to understand those.
You could end up dead. Nodule 1, the delimiter, carries a signal charge. It is always live, unless deactivated by engineering.
Don't touch that.
Careful. The charge is painful. It won't kill you, but it'll hurt. Nodule 2, the power nodule, is the source of power for all bridge stations. It is always live, unless deactivated by engineering.
Okay.
Careful. This one won't hurt. It'll just make you very dead.
That one's more powerful.
Nodule 3, assignable nodule. This is one of the several nodules used to define console functions. In this example, the nodule defines the console as a security console only. To control tactical in addition to security, the nodule must be removed. Careful, though. It's hot, live, energized. Not enough juice to kill you, but enough to make you wish you were dead. Turn off the feed, remove. Nodule 4, the conduit. First. Then remove Nodule 3. Replace Nodule 4, et voila. Now, you're cooking with replicators.
Great. See, it told us how to do that. Let's see. Exit. And then... Here we go. Alright, so they said to remove Nodule 4. Then Nodule 3.
Vanderpool to Sprint.
Okay, then it just
I'm
puts him
waiting
back
for you down in
automatically.
the core room, Lieutenant. Now!
It's just his way. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, but I'd still hurry if I were you. The captain definitely does not like to be kept waiting.
That seems like a little bit, I don't know. I don't know why they would have the, why that's how that would work.
Don't you?
I mean, granted, if you know what you're doing, then you're not going to touch the live nodules, but still. Not even like any signage in there about them being live and life-threatening. Do I click on this?
Turbolift manual interface. Federation turbolifts are capable of processing verbal commands in over 13,000 languages. For those species unable to interact verbally, and during ship emergencies, a turbolift destination code can be manually relayed into the turbolift computer via the interface. For a list of turbolift destination codes, see the ship schematic.
How do I access the schematic? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else to click on? Okay, 120826.
Please key in destination code.
Oh, well, I didn't. Well, let's see where we're going. I think I only clicked one number. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're in the right place.
Oh, thank you, my good man.
Sprint, we're waiting.
I believe you're wanted in the computer core control room. Oh, mercy.
Okay, we were meant to go to the computer core control room, but clearly it was...
Why? Because I can.
Well, yeah, yes, he can. But clearly it was a good thing that we went there. Let's see. All right, so it felt like I just clicked one button and we went there.
Are capable of processing verbal commands in over 13,000.
I don't know why we went
USS
there.
Righteous schematic. A general visual overview of the USS Righteous. Key areas such as bridge, crew quarters, engineering, computer core control are highlighted. More information is available on all areas, including turbolift designation codes.
Computer core was 150619, but I felt when I put a number in, I felt like I only hit 1. So I don't actually know why we... I'm not sure how it works. But this is 150619. Can we enter that? Nope, not that.
Please key in destination code.
I didn't actually press anything that time. But maybe my cursor was over a certain thing. Like, was one over... I think there was a time limit, and when when it ended my time... Like, the cursor was over one of them.
You're not making very good use of your time.
I don't know how to use this. The tricorder gives me a number.
Turbolift manual interface. Federation...
For the section.
USS Righteous schematic.
But I don't seem to have enough time to type a number in.
USS Righteous. Key areas such as bridge, crew quarters, engineering, computer core control are highlighted. More information is available on all areas, including Turbolift designation codes.
So I'm not sure. And sometimes, like, I'm clicking on this and it's not coming up. Like, it seems like things are maybe a little wonky. I mean, some of the stuff has worked right. Like, when I was moving the nodes around, that was fine. 150619. All right. I don't know. I don't seem to be getting any responsive, feedback when I try pressing this. Let's just try... Let's see. Let's try doing it.
Key in destination code.
150619. Whoop, hold on. All right. I was able to click on the 6 number. I don't know if it responded. It didn't seem like anything was happening when I clicked on the numbers, but maybe I got them in time. Maybe we got there.
Hey, buddy, I guess I beat you down here.
Mr. Sprint, I am a very tolerant captain, except when it comes to punctuality. I suggest you become more familiar with this ship's layout so you don't keep us waiting again. Do I make myself clear?
Can I look at his bio? Hold on.
Captain Nikolai Andropov, human of Greca Colony, Academy class of 40. First Greca colonist to graduate from Starfleet Academy. Stationed aboard USS Righteous as first officer, stardate 35777. Field promotion to captain, stardate 36533, by Admiral Santana. During the conflict at Kikiri 2, accomplished Sunni sound manipulator player.
Ooh, a musician. And here's Dad.
Lieutenant Ralph Furlong, human, Academy class of 51, stationed aboard the USS Righteous, stardate 40559. As a cadet, he was the recipient of the Federation Medal of Valor for his part in the rescue of hostages during a Cardassian raid on a Starfleet outpost, stardate 42029.
Wow. Dad got a medal.
During the raids by Cardassians in 2365, there were unconfirmed reports of the torture of captured Federation citizens. At a skirmish near Tanake, Lieutenant Chorus Sprint led a small band of Federation soldiers onto a Cardassian vessel, personally rescuing 15 hostages, including then Lieutenant Targus. Cardassians. Humanoid race that has been involved in a bitter, extended conflict with the United Federation of Planets. An uneasy truce between the two adversaries was finally reached in 2366.
So,
sound like the Klingons, but far more devious.
So I think they said that the species that we are, the person we're impersonating, was Bajani?
Bajani, humanoid, Planet of origin, Bajan. After the destruction of Bajan by a planetary cataclysm, the Bajani became a nomadic space culture for nearly 2 millennia, until the discovery of Bajan 2. For the past 300 years, the Bajani have remade the barren Bajan 2 into a near replica of their original home. The Bajani possess a unique psychophysical response, sometimes referred to as a Bajani pain trance. In the face of great pain or trauma, a Bajani compartmentalizes his mental patterns, storing most of his higher consciousness in a protected area of the Bajani brain, called the Langstrom cortex. During a period of crisis, this phenomena allows a Bajani to complete a complex physical task free from the awareness of pain or fear, and unencumbered from their so-called consciousness. The Bajani pain trance is generally induced by a natural production of adrenaline in response to some physical trauma. This condition may be prevented or reversed by the introduction of an adrenaline block into the Bajani system.
That's a lot of information about this pain trance.
Klingons, planet of origin known by many names, officially referred to by the Klingon High Command merely as the Klingon home world. Humanoid warrior species of great physical strength with a complex culture of rituals and ranking. Once considered a major threat to the Federation, presently, at least in this present, an uneasy and tenuous alliance exists between the Klingon Empire and the Federation. The driving force of the Klingon culture is honor, making them a species which is both feared and respected throughout the galaxy.
The way Q was saying that at the end made it sound like he didn't really think so himself.
Vulcan. Oh, please. Everybody knows about Vulcans. Dull, 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 logical, unemotional, cousins to the Romulans. And I hope you're not going to ask me to tell you about them, because I won't. Ugh!
That's not what the text said at all.
Humans. Terrans. Planet of origin, Earth. Members of the Terran species have populated vast areas of the Alpha Quadrant, developing new and sometimes completely isolated planetary cultures. These various Terrans constitute a major contingent of the Federation. Humankind is admired among species of the Federation for the speed with which its Earth-native culture progressed from a pre-industrial to a warp society. Humans are also admired for their insatiable intellectual curiosity. Oh, please.
You know, I noticed it said that the anthem for Earth is called The Green Hills of Earth, I think it said. Have we ever heard whatever that song is supposed to be? I don't remember an Earth anthem. I mean, maybe it's been played at some point, but I don't remember it. The one single song for all of Earth.
Borg, an extremely powerful cybernetically enhanced species of humanoids. Planet of origin, unknown. First encountered, stardate 42761.3, when the USS Enterprise was transported deep into the Delta Quadrant during a hostile encounter with a member of the Q Continuum. Pfft, hostile indeed. Bunch of babies.
All right, maybe we should get back to messing around with time.
We were trying to route all of the ship's controls through the security systems as an extra precaution. But something kept rejecting all of our attempts to access the security programs. And that's when we found this.
It's obviously Borg. But how did it get on the ship? And what is its purpose?
It seems to be tied in directly to the security systems, locking us out.
Question is, how do we remove it? Sprint, you're the security officer. What do you think?
Well, just grabbing it's probably a bad idea. There's tools up here. Can we use tools?
Self-destruct initiated.
What the hell? Computer abort self-destruct.
Self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Bridge, override all security systems.
I can't, Captain.
5 seconds.
I'm locked out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That wasn't the right choice.
Meddling with things you don't understand again? You know, I think I'm learning something here. Hubris. That's what I don't like about you people. Your ignorance of the working of the galaxy is unparalleled, and yet you continue to blunder ahead as if you knew what were going on. The Borg, on the other hand, really seem to know what they're about. If only they had more personality. In fact, if they had any personality, I might consider spending more time with them. But for now, don't touch what you don't understand.
Sprint, you're the security officer. What do you think?
Well, all right then. I guess we should make use of our tricorder. Can we scan this?
Non-standard technological implant. Borg in origin. Energy source unknown. Readings indicate potentially fatal levels of neuro-generated energy. Wah, wah. Danger. Warning. Leave it alone.
All right, so we can't touch it. And we know that, well, using the tool on the left did not work.
Melded alloy cutting tool. Used to dislodge or detach two objects composed of alloys of unequal tensor. Designed to separate the two objects with a minimum of damage to either surface. Based on a surgical device which was invented to dislodge skin adhesions from frozen titanium tanks.
Well, it did dislodge it, but in the process of dislodging it, dislodging it won't stop the self-destruct though. What's this one?
Portable interfacing device. Used to enhance Federation tricorder's ability to interface with devices of unknown origin. Used as a buffer with potentially dangerous technology.
Well, this is potentially dangerous technology. Maybe we should use that. No, it just attaches right there.
It's definitely tied into the security system. It's analyzing code. It seems to be going through some sort of encryption sequence, like it's trying to rewrite. It's trying to crack the self-destruct key code.
Self-destruct program initiated.
What the hell? Computer abort self-destruct.
Self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Bridge, override all security systems.
I can't, Captain.
5 seconds.
I'm locked
4,
out.
3, 2, 1.
That was also the wrong choice. We got a game over. Well, okay, so that time Q did not give us another chance. We just went back to desktop. Okay, so we can save. I didn't actually save, but I don't think I realized that there were a limited number of lives. Okay, so using the cutter didn't work. Using the tool that interfaces with dangerous technology didn't work. I assume grabbing it would not work. It's flowing full of dangerous energy. I assume leaving it alone is not going to be the thing because we know that it is actively trying to get to the self-destruct system. So leaving it there would just result in the same thing. Maybe there was a mysterious other option that was on the screen that I didn't know. Or maybe grabbing it is the thing to do. Maybe that's the only way to stop it in time. If it is, I mean, I can't find out right now because we would have to start from the beginning to get back to there. But so I guess that's it for our tryout for Star Trek Borg. It's a neat thing, just like this FMV game where you're in the episode and got John Delancey to ham it up in front of the camera. And go to town. I mean, that's what you want, isn't it? It's called Star Trek Borg, but really it's more like Star Trek Q, because the main attraction here is John Delancey queuing it up for however long this full motion video game goes for. There are choices, as you saw, choices that lead to instant death, and it's not always obvious what that is, but they do give you your tricorder to try to make educated guesses, though I wonder if sometimes the educated guesses are not what you should go with, as the cutting tool did not work, and the interfacing tool did not work. So what would work, I don't know, but that tricorder did not give us the information for that. There's also something here. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I have not actually tried opening this.
Now establishing data link. Memory Alpha. Welcome to the Federation Omnipedia Databank. Accessing. Ready.
System connector port used aboard Borg ships to allow individual Borg to link to their collective. I don't know what I should be looking for. I guess it's just like an encyclopedia, I suppose. If you want some Star Trek information. Cyborgs and science fiction. You got the $6 Million Man. Whoops. You got Darth Vader. You got Locutus of Borg. Just reading material, I suppose. That also refers to some Deep Space Nine in here. The holodeck, of course. Oh, a list of various programs that have been made in the holodeck. Keto 1 martial arts exercise program, Altonian brain teaser, Alter 7 relaxation program, Ancient West, Barclay programs, Baseball Greats, Beowulf, Black Sea at Night, Boral 2, Boreth, Bridge Officer Exam, Café des Artistes, Champs-Élysées, Charnox, Comedy Cabaret, Christmas Carol, Cliffs of Heaven, Curtis Creek, Dancing Lesson, the Nubian Alps, Desert Sunset, Dixon Hill. Right. Picard's OC, when he likes to pretend that he's a private investigator. Emerald Wading Pool, Emergent Lifeform Holodeck Sequence. Not for use by crew members. Equestrian Adventure. Einstein, A Conversation With. Enterprise Bridge, Gondolas in Venice, Henry V. Janeway Lambda 1. Gothic romance holonovel set in Old England. The Kabul River. Kayaking. Klingon Calisthenics Program. Klingon Age of Ascension. Krios 1. Lake Ataria. Lariento Massage Holo Program. A beautiful woman with webbed fingers who gives a great back rub. I guess that's where we can leave it off, think. I don't think we're getting any better than the beautiful woman with webbed fingers who lives in the holodeck and rubs your back. All right, so that's been a look at a tryout of Star Trek Borg. It was for the PC. I don't think they sell this now on anything. There is someone who, there's like a website where someone made kind of a remastered version of this. You play it through the browser. So, like, the video quality is probably better. You might have noticed that as we were playing this, there was this sort of fake scanline thing going on, because that's not an effect. That's just how the video is formatted. Can't do anything about that. Just the way the video was encoded looks like that. I've seen that with a number of PC games from that era, where the video would look like that for some reason. Maybe it was like a file size thing, I'm not sure. But that's been our tryout of Star Trek Borg for the personal computer. Whoops.